morning, everyone, and welcome to today's episode of Morning Coffee with Emerica. With me today, I have a beautiful lady, Lex Harrison of Atlantic Coast Mortgage. Welcome, Lex.
Thank you so much for having me, Emerica. I'm excited.
It's a pleasure to have you. I want us to go ahead and tell our clients out there programs you have available for them that would help them. Do you want to introduce yourself a bit or?
Sure. I am Lex Harrison with Atlantic Coast Mortgage. I had been in lending for 15 years. I had done it all. I've been an admin assistant, processor, underwriter, and a loan officer assistant, and now a loan officer.
Oh, great. Let's start with the foreign national program.
Okay.
Who qualifies for this type of loan?
Anyone that is not a U.S. citizen that can hold like a tourist visa or business visa. Usually they don't have residency here.
Okay, that's good. What do they need to qualify for these types of program?
Income documents from their home country, asset statements. Then they need some sort of foreign credit. They do not need to have a U.S. credit. They need to have that.
Okay, most people I know from Africa, I'm from West Africa, and we don't have any form of credit.
Right. So there's documentation around that.
Okay.
Sometimes. So it's just mostly assets.
Okay, yeah. Assets for sure, and documentation to prove those assets belong to them.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, good. And I dive into the foreign national program because I know a lot of people who want to own homes in America or have the American dream of investing in America. Mm-hmm. But the myth is that this is not possible for people outside of the U.S. or who are not U.S. citizens. So that's one of the reasons I brought you in, because I wanted to tell people it's available. You can take advantage of it. You can own properties in the U.S. So thanks again for doing this.
Yes, absolutely. It's my pleasure.
Good. And normally, how much down payment is required for this?
So for a foreign national program, it's usually 25 to 30%. There are times that they sometimes allow 20%, but that really needs some strong documentation in the assets.
Okay. So really, even without a U.S. passport or a green card, you can get a loan. So not just buying, you can get a loan in the U.S. And you're saying sometimes 20 to 35%. So basically between 65 to 80% loan someone can get.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And I'm sure a lot of people would love that. Can these be investment properties, or can it be your second home where if you come in for holidays in America, you could just open your door and move in? Or is it strictly for investment purposes?
It can be investment or second home.
Okay.
Those are the only two that are allowed on foreign national, because obviously primary residence would require citizenship or not residency of some kind.
Are there any common mistakes people should look out for where they're getting into this to buy in the U.S.?
Yeah, so timing is key to make sure that you're talking with a loan officer, getting your documentation set. So a lot of times the international wire transfers take a little bit longer. So you want to talk to your foreign bank and make sure that you know the timeline on that. Getting any statements like translated if they're in a different language, that kind of thing. And then just making sure that you talk to like a tax professional about the implications of owning in the States.
Okay. So just to recap, yes, they can get a loan to buy in the U.S., normally between 65 to 80% loan, which means they're only having 20 to 35% down payment. Mm-hmm. And they don't need to be here for closing also, right?
No, they can go to the embassy.
Okay, so yes, you can go to any U.S. embassy in your country. Those appointments are online. You can schedule and you can go there to do all your documentation. I mean, that shows also that it's legit. What you're doing is legitimate. And for the credit, just recap, if they own a home already, most of the houses there's no loan. People build their houses from scratch up. So if they have the documentation proving they own their home, that could be required. That could be used as credit, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. And bank statements from their country and those things, right?
Yes. It's all going to be tailored to the individual.
Okay. Thanks, Lex. And I'll be sending you all those clients who wants the foreign national program, because I am encouraging people to take advantage of it, to invest in the U.S., because that's the American dream. It's one of the ways of building generational wealth. And to know that people can actually do it without being here is awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
We're
going to move to bridge loans. Tell me a bit about bridge loans.
Bridge loans are excellent in being able to leverage your equity to buy your new home. So if you don't want to sell, or you have a lot of work to do for your current home and you want to buy a new one, we can leverage your equity in your current home to be able to put the down payment on the new home.
Okay. So I don't have to sell before moving into my new home.
Nope, it's a short-term financing, so it's usually 6 to 12 months. Ours are 6 months, but you can extend them if for some reason your house isn't selling. It's on a term-by-term basis for the extension, but it's a 6-month process or 6-month loan to ensure that you can sell it and pay it off.
Okay, that sounds interesting because, yeah, a lot of people think, well, I have to sell my home, able to buy a new one. So that's interesting to know. How does the bridge loan work?
So if you have your current home, right, and you have a mortgage on it current, like let's say your home is worth $1 million and you have a $300,000 mortgage out on it currently. We can go up to $800,000 pay off. We will pay off your current mortgage because we'll be in first lien position, and then you will get the proceeds to be able to put that towards the next home.
Okay. Okay. So even before selling my home, I can do all of that. Okay. Awesome. Do you have to qualify for both mortgages at the same time?
So yes, but there's a way around that. So we can do 2 bridges. So we could do a bridge on your exit property and a bridge on the purchase. Then we will refinance the purchase bridge once your current home sells.
Okay.
And then we'll refinance it into the permanent loan.
Okay. How long does the borrower have to sell their home?
Typically 6 months, but if there needs to be an extension for some reason, we usually will grant them for another 6.
Okay. Okay. Why would a client choose this instead of just waiting to sell their home and moving into their new home?
So I have a client right now that is doing this because they had work that they needed to do on their current home, but they had to be out of their home to be able to do it because there was just so much stuff in there. And then also the other why is because you have your equity that you need for the down payment. And you can't carry both mortgages. So you don't qualify carrying both mortgages. So we do a bridge and a bridge, and then we refinance.
Awesome. Okay, yes, because I have had clients who cannot buy unless they sell with the traditional loans because they can't qualify for both.
Right.
Okay. Are there any downsides to the bridge loan?
It is an interest-only loan, and it is a higher interest rate than market.
Okay, so that's why you try to keep it around 6 months, and that's about it. That's good to know. Anything else on the bridge loans before we move on?
And there's a lot of flexibility there. So that's when people don't qualify to carry both. That's when we're always going to look at that because there's flexibility on the debt to income ratio on that.
Okay. Okay, so getting more people into homes with those.
Yes, exactly.
So basically, helping more people get into homes, right?
Yes, making sure that they're able to upsize or downsize, whatever they are doing for themselves.
Okay, excellent. That's great. Talking to you the other day, you mentioned another new program, which I was excited about. You called it the First Home Dream Program.
Yes.
Go ahead and tell us a bit more about that.
Yes. So this is actually the first of its kind. It is only in Virginia right now, and it allows you to get 2% off of the current Virginia housing mortgage interest rates if you are a first-generation home buyer.
Okay, so wait, if rates are 6% today,
you're getting 4.
Oh, wow. Okay. And what do you mean by first generation home buyer?
So their stipulation by Virginia Housing is that you and your spouse or whoever is going to be on the loan have never owned a home, ever.
Okay.
And your parents, both sets, if there's 2 of you,
okay,
cannot have owned in the past 3 years.
Okay, so it's not that they should have never owned. They shouldn't have owned in the past 3 years.
The parents.
The parents.
Right.
And you yourself should never have owned a home.
Correct.
Okay. Okay, that's good. So that's helping more families who've never owned to own properties in Virginia.
Yes.
Okay, that's awesome. Is there anything they need to do other than that to qualify for that loan?
Yeah, so they're going to have to work with a counseling department of Virginia Housing. There's a list that we have that we'll give to them if they qualify for it after we do the initial setup that they have to talk with to be able to guarantee the funds for that buyout.
Okay, so they have the questionnaire, they have to go through that counseling program then after you've seen that they do qualify, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else they would like to know or they should know? Because for first-time home buyers, it's normally a bit scary for people to even start the process.
Right. So when I'm talking to people, I never say like, oh, there's this product, there's this product, there's this product. I said, I want to get them excited about something that we have an income restriction on it.
Okay.
So I'd rather say there are a lot of first-time homebuyer programs out there, and I will absolutely present to you every single one that you qualify for.
Okay.
That would make sense for you. Because you don't want to overwhelm them. Like you said, it's
that's true. It's scary. There are a lot of people I get to talk to and meet who, like we said, the whole process is just scary. Some people just don't believe they can achieve it. And one of the joys of our work really is yes, we enjoyed the multi-million-dollar purchases, but the joys for me especially is getting first-time home buyers into homes, people who never dreamt or imagined they can own homes. So that's one of the plus sides for me. How can we encourage more people to take that step? How can we let them know? What can we tell them to make them understand that it's achievable?
Just by educating them, talking to them, talking more about it.
Okay.
Because it is achievable.
Okay. Is there a particular credit score or anything? There's so many myths out there that drives people away. What can you tell them? Is there a particular credit score? Where's the cutoff? Is there anywhere where you definitely cannot buy?
Yeah, so there's a lot of myths out there, like you said. Like people would need 20% down. That is not the case. First-time home buyers can go as little as 3%. Credit score specifically, people they need to have this great credit score. We can do it down to 580.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. And there's so many down payment assistance programs out there that people are not aware about. So yes. Okay. Anything else you want to share with the clients before I let you go?
No, just ask questions.
Okay.
I am here for questions, and reach out anytime.
Okay, well, cool. And once you watch this video, if you do have any questions you'd like to ask, you can reach out to me personally. You can reach out to Lex Harrison, or you can send me a private message or DM on social media, and we'll be glad to answer your questions. Thanks, Lex.
Thanks for having me.